This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of Phatts TV, sanctioned by PA Phatts and the non-genetically proven son. Any and all words have been authorized during the show. There is nothing off limits. Nobody is restricted from watching and participating in the show. It is a free-for-all. Commencing at the siren, any and all discussions will be legal for an extended period of time. Sports, politics, and any and all controversial topics will be talked about. You have been warned. May God be with us all.
Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phatts TV on this Tuesday night, January 24th, I believe. Joining me, as always, in the upper left-hand portion of the screen. I gotta center him a little better. There we go. Coming to you from Phatts Studio B, deep in the heart of Center County, Pennsylvania. The one, the only non-genetically proven son. How's it going?
It's your everyday Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
We're getting through the work week.
It is a Tuesday, better than a Monday, not as good as a Wednesday.
True.
They want a little snow in these parts tomorrow.
Yeah.
A little snow. So,
up to a little over half a foot.
Where you are, not quite that down here.
You're going to get a sprinkle.
No, they want snow tomorrow.
We just got like 2 inches the other day on Monday.
There you go.
But it was, 35 degrees and the snow stuck everywhere. So it actually looked really pretty.
Yeah.
But it melted by lunchtime.
Sure. So I wanted to start off tonight's show on a little bit of a somber note. I was in a meeting today when the non-genetically proven son sent me a message that somebody we know, that I've known for over 30 years, passed away today. What is it that you could say about this person?
I didn't know that well.
Right, you didn't. I did. He was somebody who said whatever he wanted to say, similar to me. He went by the beat of his own drum, similar to me. He had people that didn't like him and people that really liked him, similar to me. The best thing that I could say about this gentleman, and it kind of puts life into perspective because he was like a year or two younger than me, and that's kind of scary, is you could tell, like he would never admit it, but you could tell how much he sacrificed for his son. And that is the true mark of a human being. So whatever you think of this gentleman, and I'll say his name at the end, at least his first name. Whatever you think of this gentleman, know that he put his son first at all times. And he was hard on him, but fair. Similar to me. I think the non-genetically proven son would say I was hard but fair on him. And that's what makes a responsible kid into a responsible adult. For those of you parents that are your child's best friend, that's why they have the problems that they do. You can't be their best friend.
You want to count me as responsible, but
Funny, I don't didn't see you drinking when you were younger or on drugs or smoking or
That kind of responsible, sure.
You always got really good grades in school. You strive to do your best in the world of sports and stuff. That's what I mean.
Maybe not so money responsible.
Not like you really ever had money.
This is true.
So, but he strived to make his son the best that he could in the sport of bowling, which was his sport too growing up. And I will say, his son, who is now a senior in high school, just announced last week where he's going to college, is a really damn good bowler. Very much on par to what you were when you were a senior. You know, we would be talking 1 and 1A.
Pretty much.
So, cups up. Here's to you, Eric. On a life worth lived, and we will see you again somewhere down the road. Here's to you. That one hit a little hard. I will admit. Only because I saw him every week. And now he's no longer. So, with that being said, let's talk about somebody who walks around like he's dead.
Me?
And that would be Grandpa Joe.
Oh, well.
So the FBI spent 13 hours at his house looking for more classified documents.
That's a big house. He must live in a big house.
Looking for more classified documents. They found more classified documents. So now this is 5 different times they found classified documents.
So by documents, are they finding, like maybe a little stack, or are they finding like hundreds?
Who knows? They're not really saying.
Because I feel like it's not a big deal if you find like 4 offices full, but then at his house you find like a piece of paper.
Yes.
That's not really a big deal.
Yes, they're not clarifying.
Like, I wonder, like, some of the stuff that has to do with him. Or I wonder if a lot of it has to do with him.
That's the speculation, is it did. So...
You just wouldn't hope it would be any dirt on him, because that wouldn't be very good. Well, good luck.
Here's one of the interesting things, though. In this trove of documents they found stuff that was classified not when he was president, not when he was vice president, but when he was Senator Joe Biden.
So pre-2008.
When he was a senator. Now, for those of you that don't know how this works, when you are in Congress and you go look at a classified document, they have a special room set up for you to go look at these classified documents. You are not allowed to take documents out of this room. In fact, just today, earlier today, the Senate, one of the Senate committees, I think it was the Intelligence Committee, but I could have that wrong. One of the committees in the Senate had a meeting in this room to review some type of classified documents. I believe it's called like the skiff room or something like that. I could be pronouncing it wrong. But they literally, in, where the 2 bodies sit, there is literally a room to review classified documents. You are not allowed to take these classified documents out of that room. It is against the law. How the hell did Biden get these documents out of that room? That's now becoming a question. How the hell, as a senator, do you get documents out of that room? Did somebody take... was there photocopies made? Which obviously is against the law. How did it happen? And just to be fair, former Vice President Mike Pence now said, oh, yeah, I have a couple documents at my house, too. Well, sir, Mr. Former Vice President, you need to have the Justice Department go through your house to look for more documents. Because obviously this is becoming a systemic problem. So many people are up in arms that Trump has these documents. Yeah, but Trump was president of the United States. He could, as president, only the president of the United States has the power to declassify a document. He could declassify a document whenever he wants. He doesn't have to go to Congress. He could just say, this document is declassified.
And that's probably why he had so much. Or whatever he had.
But he had them in a house, in a double padlocked room, in a house that had Secret Service protection.
Well, he always has Secret Service protection. It's law.
For 10 years, yes.
I think it's rest of life.
Well, it could be now, but it used to
be. If you're a president, I'm pretty sure it's the rest of your life, you're going to basically be treated as the president, just you may not actually be the president. But you're not allowed to go, you're not allowed to drive, you're not allowed to go anywhere without Secret Service members, basically.
Yeah, kind of like me.
Yeah, sure. Says the one that drives to work on Mondays and Tuesdays.
And last week, Wednesdays and Thursdays.
There you go.
So how did these how do you get a hold of these documents? Seriously. Like, we just can't sweep this under a rug. Obviously, this is a problem. Does the Justice Department now go look in every legislator, every senator, every house to start looking for classified documents? Like, does 95 out of the 100 senators have classified documents?
Go to Bush's house. Bush. And what's his face?
I mean, we know Hillary had an illegal server in her bathroom that had classified documents on it. That was hackable. It wasn't even secure. So there was a report out that the person who was in charge of getting the documents together that ended up at the Penn Biden place in Philly or Delaware, wherever the hell it is. She was recommended by Hunter.
Uh-huh.
Again, the part I'm going to tell you now, I don't know if it's true. I'm just going to tell you what's being reported. That person's name, the person who was in charge of this, let me find her name, because it's a her. Not that that matters. But you might find the name interesting.
Mrs. Pickles.
And no, it's not Mrs. like Xi Jinping.
Another Chinese spy?
But it's possible. So the person's name was Kathy Chung.
Chung.
Chung. I don't believe Chung is a German name, Italian name, an English name, a French name, you know.
It's Asian.
It doesn't sound European to me. Maybe she's a poopin', but she's not European. I should be on the comedy tour.
That's a knee slapper.
I didn't see you slapping your knee. So, we have somebody, and as always, the message board is open if you want to chime in. We have somebody with a Asian last name. Is it Chinese? I don't know. I have no idea. Who's now in charge of getting these documents together to move to the Penn Biden Center. Well, apparently these documents made us stop first. How interesting.
Kiana says hi.
Huh.
Where'd they make a stop?
So, they were moved in the summer of 2017. They spent 6 months at a government transition office near the White House. Then they were moved temporarily to a particular neighborhood in Washington, D.C. You know how in big cities you have, a German neighborhood and an Italian neighborhood.
And the hood.
You have a hood. Well, in D.C., in case you didn't know, they have a little place called Chinatown. Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, there's a lot of good food there. There's a lot of good food there.
There is a lot of good food there. If your cats go missing...
Look in Chinatown.
Looking in China. Look to see what today's special is in Chinatown.
A lot of cities have Chinatowns.
They do. They do. Washington, D.C. being one of them. So apparently these documents made a stop in Chinatown. Again, allegedly. We don't know the truth. Did anybody look at them while they were in Chinatown? I don't think you're going to find a lot of Italians in Chinatown. Living in Chinatown. Who are you going to find living in Chinatown?
The Asians?
Chinese. So you have somebody with an Asian descent, possibly Chinese, who is in charge of packing up all of these boxes, moving them to the Penn Biden Center, but before they get to the Penn Biden Center, they made a stop in Chinatown. Did somebody look at them? Did somebody with the Chinese government happen to take some pictures? Speculation is yours. I report, you decide. Let's see if anything in this article is worth reading. A long and winding document trail that leads classified documents from Joe Biden's vice presidential office to the Penn Biden Center for Diplomacy and Global Engagement. By the way, which, there was millions and millions of dollars donated by China to help build that. The documents are now back in the hands of the government, but they include another stopover, a temporary facility in the nation's capital. The documents were removed in the summer of 2017 after spending about 6 months at a government transition office near the White House once Biden left the vice president, which makes sense. That's what happens. They were moved to a space in D.C.'s Chinatown neighborhood, was overseen by Penn Biden Center, while its prized location near the Capitol was being readied. The office had its formal opening attended by Biden in 2018. Everything was just moved en masse to a temporary space, then moved to Penn Biden. Well, why couldn't they have stayed at the transitional place? Why did they have to make another stop somewhere? When they made a stop, were they put under lock and key? Who lock and key? Who had the power to put it under lock and key? Who had the key? Or were they just left open in the garage, like Biden did? Next to his little red Corvette. Baby, you're much too fast. Little red Corvette. Yes, I'm singing Prince. From the 80s. For those of you young people. And no, he doesn't have a red Corvette. He has a green Stingray. I know. The new location, but it was fun to do. Thank you. The new location adds just another layer of confusing classified documents debacle in which the files ended up inside a locked cabinet at the Penn Biden Center when they got discovered in November 2022, which didn't come out, before the election, because they were discovered 5 days before the election, but was it announced before the election? No, they waited 60 days. While raising new questions about the total universe of people who might have had access to these documents the last 6 years. People involved in the process include Biden's former staff members, General Services Administration personnel, the staff at the think tank, an entity that would later have roles for senior aides that remain in Biden's orbit, including now Secretary of State Anthony Blinken, who served as the center's managing director. The woman who oversaw the packing and shipping of Biden documents was former administrative assistant Kathy Chung, who secured the position with a well-placed recommendation from Hunter Biden, who touted her capabilities to her father. Now, I think it's pretty obvious that Hunter Biden is bought and paid for by China. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to make that connection. And he says, Dad, let me put this Asian person in charge. Gives his father a hand job and off they go. Hunter Biden recommended it. They had worked together at the Department of Commerce years ago, the person said. Hunter notified her of the opportunity, asked her if she was interested, and found out that she was. He spoke to her father about her, said the person, the anonymous source. So did former Delaware Senator Ted Kaufman, a longtime Biden associate who is among a trio of Democratic senators she had worked for in the past. Wonder what she did working for them. Hunter Biden did a stint at the agency under Secretary William Daley at the tail end of the Clinton administration. That was a fun administration. Following a job at a bank at the start of a career in law and lobbying. Then and now, he had his father's ear on a variety of matters. Yes. Then there's a picture of Hunter Biden. Don't know who else is in this picture, but the girl in the middle looks like she's about 13.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know his likingness of young girls.
They both look like they're about 14.
Chung was the first person to be publicly identified as meeting with federal investigators in the matter. She spoke to U.S. Attorney John Lausch's office before Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed Special Counsel Robert Hur to oversee the documents. Officials working with Biden at the time who remain attached to him are senior aides, blah, 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 blah. She helped pack the documents of the vice president's office, including documents, and was responsible for them being transferred to the transition office. Why did they go to a transition office? Blah, 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 blah. So there you go. There you be. You guys connect the dots. Yeah. Look, there's no doubt that Biden is an influence peddler. Come on. There's no doubt. But why is it coming out now? There's a couple theories. There's a couple theories. I'm going to ask you guys in the audience a question. Biden took office in January of 2021.
Yeah.
Let's say for some reason he had to leave office in July of 2021. So he was president for 6 months. Whether he had to step down or he died or whatever reason, he was not president anymore. So Kamala takes over 6 months into the Biden presidency. How many times could Kamala run for re-election? Anybody? Bueller? Put your hands up. Non-genetically proven son. Once. Question number 2. Biden takes office in January 2021. He steps down in February 2023. Or dies. How many times could Kamala run for re-election? Anybody? Bueller? The blonde in the back. That would be you.
Oh. Two.
As long as the president
be president for 9 years, 11 months.
As long as the president is in the second part of his first term, the vice president could run for re-election twice.
Yeah, you be president for 9 years, 11 months.
If he's in the first part, the first half of his first term, the vice president could only run for re-election once. So now there's some speculation going around. Is that why this is coming out now? Because he just started the second half of his first term 3 days ago. 3 days ago. And now there's all this speculation. There's reports that other places are going to be searched. There's reports now that they didn't search every inch of his property in Delaware, so they're going to go back again and look for more.
Well, we said this in 2020 that we're not voting for Biden, we're voting for Kamala.
Yeah.
Because that we kind of figured that was the whole plan. From,
yeah,
to president. President.
Yeah. Because there was no way she was ever going to be elected president.
No.
She was getting a whole 0%.
No, the worst part is she'd probably actually get 200 electoral votes. It'd be guaranteed in certain states. Doesn't matter who's running. Which is the worst part. It could literally be like a literal, like, who would be like the most hated person in the U.S. that could legally run?
Me.
You'd get votes.
I could run legally.
Well, I'm trying to think of like...
I meet all the criteria.
Like, Elon Musk could run as a Democrat and he'd still easily win a lot of states. Doesn't matter. You could run as a Democrat and still win California.
So, but then other speculation happens. So it turns out that Biden's chief of staff is stepping down.
Yeah.
Now, for those of you that don't know what a chief of staff is, he's the chief of staff.
Let's say the chief of staff.
A lot of people say the chief of staff is actually the second most powerful person in the country. Because he's basically in charge of everybody that reports to the president, basically. He's stepping down. in the next few weeks. He is being replaced by a guy named Jeff Zients. Maybe that's how you say his name. Zients. Big friend of Obama, by the way. Big friend of Obama. Believe he worked at Bain Capital. Shocker there. So the speculation is his job was coordinator of the COVID-19 response. Like I said, big Obama guy, supposedly.
I just got a text. Why does politics sound like a lot of high school drama?
Yeah. So now the speculation is he there to wrap up the Biden administration because somebody else is going to throw their hat in the ring in 2 years to go against Joe and or Kamala. Now, who could that be? Friend of Obama. Let me give you a hint.
Michael.
Let me give you a hint. She was on the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Yeah, Michael.
Doing some exercises. Wearing white. And she was doing this with Ellen on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and there was something in her pants down by her crotch going doing, 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 doing. Just watch the video. Again, it's there. Watch the video. You decide what the hell it was.
Hey, Obama's been caught saying Michael instead of Michelle.
He has. He has. And there's plenty of pictures out there that people claim was his boyfriend when he was in college. That wasn't Michelle. when he was Barry Sorrento, when he went by that name. Hey. If your chick has a dick, hey, that's none of my fucking business. None of my business whatsoever.
The problem is she could actually win.
Well, of course she can, because all the idiots that know nothing will vote for her.
You know one thing? My generation actually hates her.
Really? Well, yeah. Of course your generation does, because she made you starve during lunch.
Yes! Took away portions and that made everything freaking healthy.
But is your generation even going to remember that now?
I do. Freaking three little chicken tenders this big is not a meal. Especially for a high schooler. For an elementary schooler, sure. For a high schooler, come on, that's just mean.
Yeah.
Especially when you're feeding athletes who have to go play a game after school.
Yeah. Yeah. So it might be interesting. Biden says he's going to announce his plan after the State of the Union address, which comes up in a couple weeks.
Man, that address might be about 25 seconds long.
The State of the Union is, the thing.
Eat my ass. It's the true to national vote under pressure.
Yes, that too. You know, in the summertime by the pool, when the hair on my legs turns blonde, the little kids like to come up and pull on my hair as I sniff their face. Over to Congress.
Congress. There's a lot of crap.
So
there.
they're getting together who's going to be on their committees for this Congress, which started a couple weeks ago. So Kevin McCarthy, you know, and Scalise named their names of the people who are going to be on these committees, and now Hakeem Jeffries said to people that he wants for the Democrats on these committees. McCarthy is saying no to 2 or 3 of these names, apparently. 2 for sure, maybe a third.
Which he has the right to do.
Which he has the right to do. The Speaker of the House can veto any name put forth for committee. I don't know at that point if it goes to a vote or not, or if his veto just is all-powerful veto. There's 2 people that Hakeem wants on the Intelligence Committee. The first being Adam Schiff. Lying Schiff. For those of you that remember Adam Schiff, when they were investigating Trump, having these meetings in secret, he would come out and he would tell the cameras for CNN and MSNBC, oh, people are in there spilling the beans on Trump. We're getting all this information on Trump, blah, 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 blah. And it was all a lie. It was all a lie. Every single word of it was a fucking lie. He lied straight to the American people. Just so that you morons who didn't vote for Trump would vote for Biden.
Well, he is a politician.
He is a politician.
So, as long as his lips are moving, he's lying.
So why do we want him on the Intelligence Committee?
Because he's intelligent?
Is he, though?
I don't know. He's intelligent enough to get elected.
He's from California.
Oh, that explains it. Must be from Western California, too. I would have been more impressed if you said he's from, like, Oklahoma. Or Alabama.
Then Hakeem also wants to put Eric Swalwell on the Intelligence Committee. Now, let me first say that Adam Schiff and Swalwell were already on the Intelligence Committee. So he wants them to keep their seats on the Intelligence Committee. What do we know about Eric Swalwell? Again, from California.
He's not Mr. Pickles, so I don't want him.
He's not Mr. Pickles. But what do we know about Eric Swalwell?
At least I recognize the name, but I don't remember what he did.
You don't remember what Eric Swalwell did?
Did he have something to do with January 6th?
No. Eric Swalwell has been accused of banging a Chinese spy.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That guy. The attractive Chinese spy.
If you're into that kind of thing. I mean, yeah, she didn't look like Chevy Chase and Dan Aykroyd's character in Spies Like Us.
You even said she was an attractive woman. I don't want to hear it.
80s movie, Spies Like Us. Yeah. Let's have somebody who bangs Chinese spies on the intelligence committee. That's really intelligent, people.
Maybe he's a Chinese spy. Maybe he's...
He could very well be compromised because of that. He could yes, he could be compromised.
No, maybe he was sent to the U.S. to become a House member to work for the Chinese government.
Who knows? Who knows?
Maybe he's a robot.
Seriously, let's put somebody who's accused of banging a Chinese spy on the intelligence committee.
He's not accused. He's proven to do that.
Okay, it's not proven that she's a Chinese spy. She's been alleged as a Chinese spy.
Okay.
I mean, she probably is. Who's gonna fucking bang Eric Swalwell? I mean, he's fucking uglier than me, and that's hard to get. But seriously, do we really want somebody on the intelligence committee? Don't forget, the intelligence committee is the first one that knows all this top secret shit. And he's out there banging a Chinese spy. Don't you think he was telling her this shit that he was seeing? So she would ride his little Winky some more?
Well, that'd probably be breaking oath.
Well, of course he did that. Like, it
You
doesn't
can't
take...
tell anybody.
It doesn't fucking take... Like, do you really think she would stay with him if she wasn't getting information?
If she's truly a spy, yeah.
I mean, it's like, God. It's like, what the fuck is going on around here?
We'll find her phone, see if she's texting Mao Zedong.
And the third one is Omar. You know, the one that basically wants Israel wiped off the map, and she may have married her brother.
Israel?
Yeah, because she's Muslim. I forget what committee she is supposed to be on.
The stupid committee?
But it's like, come on, people.
The Everyone's Included committee? I'm sure the government has rules like that. Everybody's got to be included.
Like, why the fuck are we putting people... Like, first off, why are people like this even getting elected to Congress?
Because people don't care.
You know, somebody actually said to me today, and I've heard this I don't know how many times in my life, you know, well, why aren't you a politician?
You get kicked off the floor so quickly. Nobody would vote for you because you're too opiniony. I feel like you won't capture every Republican's vote.
No, but in this district that I live in, if I won, I would keep winning. I'm not going to lose to a Democrat in this district. This district is 2/3 Republican.
Yeah.
I'm not losing in this district. I'd have to lose in a primary.
You'd start cursing out Congress people.
I would. I would.
I'm assuming you're not allowed to do that.
No, that gets you in front of the ethics committee.
And you're going to get kicked out of Congress.
Yeah, well.
Become the president. You can do whatever the hell you want.
I should be president.
Then you could start cursing out Congress people, and it doesn't matter.
President. I should be president. You'd vote for me.
Maybe.
You'd vote for me. Remember, free beer and hookers in the White House if I'm president.
Yeah, I guess I get to be in the White House. That'd be kind of cool.
And I guess I could get your favorite beer.
Yeah.
It was Genesee Cream Ale, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paps.
Pabst.
Yeah.
Got an open can of Pabst in the car. I got arrested with an open can of Pabst in the car.
Oh,
It's kind of like when I was watching the Philadelphia Giants football game.
yeah.
After Philly scored their first touchdown, so it was early in the game, they showed a picture of the crowd a close up of a few of the people in the crowd. The fucking guy was holding a Miller Lite.
Yeah, he was.
He was fucking holding a Miller Lite. Like, that's embarrassing.
It's a tall boy, though.
It is, but it's light beer. That's embarrassing.
That's what people drink at tailgating.
It's embarrassing to drink light beer. If you want to drink it, fine. Don't let it fucking known on national TV that you drink light beer. Like,
light beer is the perfect tailgating drink because you could drink a lot of it.
All right, but he wasn't tailgating. He was in the stands.
Bro.
You can't bring beer into the stadium, so we had to buy it in the stadium.
Well, that's what they sell. You think they sell good sipping beer at the stadium?
Yes,
no.
I know they do. There was other people holding other kinds of beer.
Do you have a problem with this Miller Lite?
I have a problem with men drinking light beer, yes, and being on national TV. It lets me think that you're a fucking beta boy. Like that guy should be embarrassed. If he's holding a Molson, fine. If he's holding a Busch, fine.
Wait, what about Busch Light?
No! No!
So just a Busch.
It's even fine if you're holding Genesee Cream Ale. But not light beer.
So you don't care if he drinks a light beer, just don't show it on TV.
If you want to do it in the privacy of your own home, go for it. Go for it. But to be if as soon as you see that camera coming and you have a light beer, you better be putting it behind your back.
So you can tell you've never tailgated before.
I have tailgated before.
The drink of choice, because one, it's cheap, is light beer.
This is all I'm going to say. If I ever see you on TV and you're holding a light beer, I am disowning you.
I will throw up one because light beer is disgusting. It's piss water. I like a good beer. You know that.
I know that, and I know what kind of beer you like.
I like dark beer.
Just like your women.
What?
Well, let's face it, your girlfriend's not like Irish.
She's not white.
Exactly. She's not Irish.
She's not Irish.
Well, Irish people are really, really white.
Really?
Really, really white. We're going to talk about this on Friday again, or on our sports show this weekend. We're not doing it Friday night because somebody will be at wrestling.
Woo!
Number 1 versus number 2, baby.
Beer in general is gross, actually. Yeah, you like your cocktail and liquor and...
Whatever.
She actually likes this one root beer drink that's got a decent amount of liquor in it. It has like a cream liquor. It's actually really good.
Hey, I prefer mixed drinks over beer myself.
I'll take a beer.
And we will talk about this on Friday. Or Saturday, whenever we do our show. Because it's embarrassing. That guy has to feel so freaking embarrassed, is all I'm going to say. More embarrassed than when the Eagles won the NFC Championship back in 2018 and the guy ran into the pole chasing the subway car.
I watched that video the other day.
Like seriously, what would you be more embarrassed over? Having that on YouTube forever, or being seen on national TV holding a Miller Lite?
Miller Lite, because you're famous for running into that pole.
Yeah, but you can make you can make money off that.
I bet she still laughs at that.
Holding a Miller Lite is just getting you laughed at. And it's not getting you good-looking women either. I promise you, you are not getting a good-looking... If a good-looking woman is interested in you and they are sent an anonymous video of you being in a crowd holding a Miller Lite, you're done. You're done. You're cock-blocked.
I guess it's good I didn't like beer through college, because that's what I'd probably drink is light beer.
You are cock-blocked. Again, whatever you do in the privacy of your own home is fine. But to be out in public, showing on national TV, holding a light beer, no. This is topic 1 on our sports show. Write that down. Write Right? That because I ain't letting this go. Topic 1: is it proper to drink light beer at a professional sporting event? The answer to that question is no. All right, that's going to do it for our show tonight. I wanted to end on a little bit of levity. So, I'm thinking Saturday morning again, like we did our last show. Is that, or do you have any plans yet on Saturday morning? Like, are you going to go out and play disc golf in 6 inches of snow?
No.
Okay. So right now we'll plan on Saturday at around 11 or 12 for our show. I know Penn State doesn't have a home game for basketball. I know that. If they have a hockey, it doesn't get played that early.
They don't have hockey. They're home on Sunday for basketball. So.
Okay. So we'll be good on Saturday for our sports show. Obviously, we will be previewing how San Francisco is going to destroy Philly.
Go Green Bay.
Go Green Bay. So we'll go over all of our football stuff, but we're going to spend a lot of time on this light beer, I can assure you. I could assure you. We're going to spend a good deal of time. In fact, I might put a poll up.
What's the best beer to drink?
No. Would you be embarrassed being seen on national TV holding light beer? Yeah. I'm going to put that poll up. Yeah. Yeah. Can people respond to your TikTok? Like, can people send messages or not?
Yeah, they can comment.
Yeah, good. Make up something and put it on your TikTok.
It doesn't even go near what the topic of my TikTok is about.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Make up something.
I need like 10 more followers than 100, so let's go.
Let's go. Follow his TikTok. What's your TikTok?
I'm a photographer.
Say that more clear. Enunciate your words.
I am a photographer.
Would that be with the letter I or the word I?
The word I.
So EYEOFAPHOTOGRAPHER.
And it's a picture of me taking a picture.
You notice I know how to spell. If I were to tell you to spell that, would you have had to look that up?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. You can spell because you haven't been drinking light beer.
Yes. No, even if I was drinking light beer, I'd still be able to spell.
True.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll be back next Tuesday with another political night, assuming he doesn't have any sports that he has to go talk about. Another thing that I do want to talk about on Friday is I chopped. I chopped 2022. Is Rutgers chopping tonight? I assume they're chopping.
They're up 48 with 9 minutes to go in the game. Way to go, Penn State.
They're chopping. All right, ladies and gentlemen, until Saturday, we will see you then. Wave goodbye to the fine folks. See ya.